Just as long as we're all in agreement.
I'm feeling like the villain, now I'm back, I kill it still. Just like the Joker, boy, I kill around just for the thrill. I got 2 guns up on my hip, I shoot 'em like I'm Quill. I'm wearing a soldier in the cut, so I don't need a shit.
What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the Dream Juice Chronicles, Episode 8. We just finished a great episode last week. We were back in person, had our first guest, coming off a great one. How you boys doing this week?
Pretty good. Doing really good, man.
Man, so we got another great episode this week to piggyback off of last one. Got some great stuff planned. We are introducing our Mount Rushmore. We're bringing it back over desserts this time. And then happy Thunderbolts week, everybody. We're going to be having our Thunderbolts preview, going over a lot of stuff covering that. The premiere just happened, and kind of our predictions, rankings, all that, because we're seeing Thunderbolts in a week from now.
That's actually great. So, I actually didn't realize that. I can't believe it.
I know, a week from now we will be watching Thunderbolts. And so our Thunderbolts preview will be kind of like the main focal point of this episode, but we also have another segment. Mason decided to think of another scenario of the least of these for us to debate on this episode as well, so I'm excited about that. So I have a couple things to start us off with before we get into it. I know as soon as we finished recording the last episode of the pod, we went to an opening night premiere of Sinners, which has taken the world by storm so far. So I kind of wanted to go down the row here, kind of give quick score 1 through 10 and your thoughts about the movie, because I mean it's big enough to this point, and I've been wanting to talk about it too. So let's kind of give our thoughts about that.
I have a lot to say about it. I think it was really, really good. My score 9.6 out of 10. Only flaws, hitting the flaws first. I think the only flaws is I don't think it's really the flaw of that. I think just personally, going into that, thought there would be a little bit more action, a little more fighting. A lot of the end of the movie, and spoiler warning for anyone listening, but a lot of the end of the movie kind of was a lot of the action in the trailer. So I was kind of hoping for some like daytime action, which is cool. It like put a spin on it. But if I didn't see the trailer, I think this would have been probably would have been higher for me, which I hate saying that. But 9.6 out of 10. I think it's an onion movie. There's more to it than you see. I learn about something new to it every day. For example, like very spiritual, very symbolic to all things spiritual. So something I didn't realize was the 7 deadly sins were represented in it through all of the people. And going through it real quick, envy was Preacher Boy, greed was Stack and Mary, sloth was Delta Slim, lust was Pearline, gluttony was Cornbread, pride was Smoke, and wrath was Grace when she invited people in, or the vampires in. So that was very symbolic. And I know I'm kind of adding to the thing, but and then who killed the snake? Smoke killed the snake. So Smoke killed the temptation. He wasn't the one that flipped to the dark side.
That's good.
Yeah, and you wonder like why is that snake even part of it? Well, 1 is a jump scare, and then 2, the snake represents the devil, represents Satan, and so Smoke was the one that killed the snake, killed the temptation for himself. And another thing that I thought was really good about the villain was that Remick was, the devil is very, what tries to relate to you. Like you see that throughout your life and throughout the Bible. And so I thought Remick played a really good villain to where you almost kind of, you could agree with him to where he was like sympathizing with everybody, saying, hey, no more pain, live forever. And you kind of see that in the end credit scene whenever you see them, or I guess it was before the mid credit scene or whatever, but where they come and they seem like they have enjoyed life and actually aren't just robots or follow the leader type vampires, but they actually like live their life and revisit Preacher Boy in the future. And so there's a lot to it, man, but definitely really good. One of my favorites of all time, 9.6 out of 10.
Yeah, I kind of, what Cameron kind of told us before, like at first seeing the movie, I didn't really know. At first I told you I forgot there was even vampires in it coming. And then honestly seeing it, I was just like, there's a lot I feel like there's a lot to it that I just totally missed and went over my head seeing it. And I kind of had to go and see like what the whole context behind the whole movie was after the movie. I think the best part about it for me, well, first my rating was, I think at first was like a 7. I think I'll give it an 8 after seeing, like, you know, looking at the whole context behind the whole thing. But I think the part that I was most entertained about was the acting performances. You know, just seeing everyone, just the talent of them being able to act and change up their accents and everything like that. But yeah, basically everything Mason just described is kind of what the missing part for me was at first, because I was kind of confused at the vampires, but I know the vampires weren't supposed to. I was just kind of like the switch up right there. I was confused, but yeah, that's kind of like my only thoughts about it.
Yeah, so I think if I were to rate this movie, I'm probably sitting around 9.2 to 9.4 right now. I think, I thought it was amazing. As someone who, over time, has really come to appreciate how movies are made and how they're shot, this is one of the most beautifully shot movies, like, period. Like, go see it in IMAX if you haven't. Just watching the different aspect ratio changes and just the shots on film are as good as any movie can get. I'd say, my one big takeaway or complaint, I guess, negative complaint, doesn't even have to do with the movie itself. It's kind of piggybacking on what you guys said is just the marketing for this movie. Not that it was bad, but the trailers marketed this movie for something that it wasn't necessarily, it wasn't necessarily just that, and it spoiled everything. So, the trailers made it seem like it was a full-on vampire movie, and the trailers gave away what characters would turn in it. And so that did a bad job. So I wish I didn't even watch the trailers for it, because one, there was that, and then you go into the movie and the vampire stuff doesn't even happen till 45 minutes to an hour into the movie to begin with. And I wish I didn't know that going in, but to take those points and turn it into a positive, the movie did such a good job at building the world around it before even introducing the problem. I mean, I thought just the entire world of that 1930s Mississippi Delta smokestack coming back, going around the town, introducing them to all the different characters that will come and help them work at the juke joint, and just building that world around was just amazing. To Kate's point, the acting performances were amazing. I thought it's Michael B. Jordan's best performance of his career. Obviously, it helps a little bit when you're playing two different characters, but even though he was twins, and I literally had no problem telling the two apart from each other from the jump. That's how good of a performance he was playing in each different.
Even beyond the red and blue, it was just the way he acted.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even have to look at the way they were dressed or whatever, just the way he acts. I was able to tell him apart from the jump and had no trouble at all. Yeah. And to speak to Sammy, Preacher Boy, I think it's Miles Caton. He's 20 years old. That was his first acting performance ever. And I thought he was amazing. He's going to have a long career ahead of him.
Didn't he mention something about wanting to be Miles Morales? I feel like I saw something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's young enough for it. His voice is so deep, man. I don't know if he could do that, but I mean, you never know. But I just think from top to bottom, there were literally no lacking acting performances at all. I mean, I thought it was amazing. This should definitely be nominated for Best Picture. There should be some acting performance nominations in this. And as someone who's not a horror person whatsoever, kind of learned that in our last pod episode, I didn't think it was scary, but I didn't think it was that scary, but I really liked the aspect, the way of the vampires that tied in really well into it. I mean, whenever they introduced the vampires, it just was kind of your just basic classic vampire tropes. Oh, we need garlic, we need wooden stakes, they have to be invited in. But just the way it was integrated into the story, and just kind of the religious point of view that they brought into it, like Mason was bringing up, I thought it was done really well. So, Sinners, movie of the year so far for me.
You know what was similar with the trailer? It was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, whenever you see him fighting Rhino. So, fighting Rhino, and the web swing into the Rhino's face, and that's the trailer, and you're like, oh my gosh, Rhino.
It's the last shot of the movie.
Part of the trailer, and then you don't see it till the end.
The jump scares, I forgot about those, but dude, those actually got me pretty.
Oh,
pretty
the one
good.
at the very, very beginning.
Yeah,
that got everyone in the theater.
Yeah.
I really thought that was really cool. Yeah. You started off the movie with the ending sequence.
Yeah, it was really good.
Of the movie. I also love, just to add to that, I love how the entire movie takes place in the span of one day. I thought that was really cool, going there, and it ended from the next morning, and then obviously, I think that's how you do a post-credits or mid-credit scene. It was more of an epilogue, and I thought that was a really cool way to kind of wrap up
And it makes you wonder, like, as soon as they had the scene, you're like, oh, how in a day does all that happen after a
Yeah.
day? So, yeah, it was great.
But I mean, Sinners. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's amazing, and like Mason said, I mean, I'm learning more about it each and every day, and it's making me appreciate and like it even more as we go along. So before we kind of get into our Mount Rushmore, I actually have quite a bit of news and events that have happened in this last week. We are coming up on a couple anniversaries right now. So Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, 20th anniversary. It's being re-released in theaters this weekend. My personal favorite Star Wars of all time. Didn't get to see it in theaters. I was too young for that. So it being re-released, I'm so excited. I'm going to go see it tomorrow. Mason, Revenge of the Sith, best Star Wars to you?
Yeah, what comes really close to it is Rogue One by far, but very close for me. Those two, just personally, those are my favorite. Revenge of the Sith, I could quote all day long, and I remember seeing it when I was 8, and I remember the day very vividly, and it was a great day. It was me, Colt, which you guys know, and I remember getting a Mace Windu lightsaber as soon as the movie was over, and it was crazy. It was like one you. Like it had a spring in it, and it like popped open. Like I haven't seen one like that ever since. And
No, they don't make toy lightsabers like that anymore. I had multiple of those.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, great experience. I've always watched the movie probably once a year my entire life. So,
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, first time in theaters, it'll be exactly kind of like last year when they re-released all the Spider-Man movies, getting to go watch Tobey's in theaters for the first time. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's amazing. 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. And also, in a couple days this weekend, actually, we are coming up on the 7th anniversary for Infinity War and 6th anniversary for Avengers Endgame. It's crazy that it's been that long, but it's notable to bring up because we are a year away from Avengers Doomsday, so it'll be about 7 years apart from Avengers movies, which is the longest span we've had. So those are movies. I mean, those are obviously dates that are in the back of my head all the time when it comes around, just because they were so notable and monumental for me. In about a month, end of the month, Memorial Day weekend, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is coming out. It's the final Mission Impossible, and it's going to be, I guess, the end game of Mission Impossibles, because we are almost getting a 3-hour-long Mission Impossible. The runtime just came out. It is 2 hours and 49 minutes of pure Tom Cruise action.
Kate has a ton to say about that.
What I have a ton to say about that?
Because you hate movie times that like go long.
Oh, I mean, it's starting to be. I think Marvel's the one who set that trend. I think people are like, oh, we can do that now. I mean, that's the only reason I'm not. I just don't think anything. I mean, you Josh is saying that right now.
Oh, the Batman.
Batman, yeah. The Batman. Dude, oh my gosh, I swear. I mean, y'all know my feelings on Batman, but I was just like, it was really the second time I went to go see it. I was like, bro, I don't remember it being this long. Like, I knew it was long, but it was just a drag the second time.
I think movies like Mission Impossible, I don't mind them being that long because it's just like nonstop action, stunts, all that stuff. It's where you get into movies that have those like elongated talking sequences and really dull, slow points that really make the movie stretch out and seem long. Movies like Infinity War, Endgame, this Mission Impossibles that have the stakes and action and everything with it, you don't have that much trouble with it. But I mean, that's just me, I guess.
Yeah. How long? What was the runtime for Sinners?
Like 2 hours and it was like 2:10, 2:15. I want to say around there.
I think I don't know what it was. It did feel a lot longer than what it actually is for 2 hours. Yeah. So.
Okay.
It really depends on the movie. I mean, yeah, like you said, if it's an action movie, I think it could really feel a lot less than 3 hours. So it really just depends on the movie. Doesn't really matter you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then last bit of news, this just came out a couple hours ago. So Spider-Man Brand New Day. Some rumors have been coming out, reports about some new casting positions that are open up that Marvel Studios is looking for. They are currently reports have come out that they are casting prisoners for Spider-Man Brand New Day, which brings the question and the rumor, are they finally going to come back to Scorpion, who was teased in the prison at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming with Vulture? If they're casting prisoners, do we finally get that Scorpion, and do we see Vulture come back, see a prison breakout, maybe?
I do love those classic villains, bro. I want to see more of that.
With the state of New York City, with Fisk and all that, I could see something going down to where that happens, where when the power goes out, for one, something happens to the prisons, and then you have a lot of prisoners escape. So it absolutely sets the stage for it, you know.
That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good tie-in.
I did want to add this in. I just saw this today, actually. Michael B. Jordan mentioned he filming in London.
Yes, I saw that video clip.
Yeah, he accidentally slipped and said that. So it's it's definitely not. So it's probably what Human Torch.
I don't know what it's gonna be. I would not
Killmonger.
I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised if I see him in it.
I think I kind of hope I don't see him in it. I think it makes it too complicated. He's not in a universe that makes sense for him to be in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm almost to the point where I want them to save majority of the cameos for Secret Wars, if they're going to do that.
Yeah.
And keep Doomsday to the original X-Men variants, and that's the only team you bring in. You know,
the multiverse, I feel like anything.
It's going to be huge regardless, but you know, I don't want it to get super crazy until Secret Wars.
Dangerous. The whole multiverse stuff makes it dangerous for sure. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool because they can. Like they could add anyone who's ever been because of the multiverse. That's what makes it exciting. I guess you were about to say.
Yeah.
And then lastly, you reminded me of it, Mason, talking about New York City being set up perfectly. It was recently discovered that in the finale for Daredevil Born Again, at a certain point in the background, the score transformed a little bit and started playing Spider-Man's theme in the background music of Daredevil, and everyone, it was recently discovered on that. Someone tweeted out a video clip of it. Here's the point. This sounds a lot like Spider-Man's theme here. And the composers for Daredevil Born Again actually replied to the tweet confirming it and deleted it very quickly. And then they were interviewed and asked about that. And basically they were saying, when we're working on these shows, Marvel has a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that they can't talk to us about or whatever, so some stuff gets put in, this and that we don't know about directly. So it was intentional that Marvel did put that theme in there that was Spider-Man's theme, mix it in with the Daredevil score there, and so Sony may have finally given in and is working with Marvel because I hope so.
I've seen a lot of TikToks over everything's all these I guess you'd say, I don't know, big parts in Marvel movies happen in New York, and you're always wondering where, the heck is everyone else? So basically, Thunderbolts, are we gonna know where, Spider-Man, where Tom or Peter is during this? You know what I mean? It's there's no way something as what we're seeing in the trailer this big is gonna happen, and he's just chilling.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's interesting.
Better, man. They want to make some money. Come on.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Sony. So basically the legal issues that we've always been fighting is Spider-Man is not legally allowed to appear in TV shows, and Kingpin isn't legally allowed to appear in movies, and so that's definitely a pretty big issue. But from that little Easter egg there, I'm hoping Sony is getting their act together and finally gonna give us what we deserve, because it's literally becoming a point where it's set up so perfectly. It's just it would really hurt not to have Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
So
it would. Yeah. It would
exactly. And Thunderbolts? What are we talking about?
Daredevil.
Oh.
Just the way New York is, just the current conflict with Kingpin.
Yeah.
Not having Spider-Man intervene with that and team up with Daredevil, Punisher, whoever to fight that conflict. It doesn't make sense not to have him. So
it's kind of the same with the whole Venom thing, releasing a whole trilogy and not even.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It's just the fact that.
Yeah.
I think that's why all of us were excited that Venom even got announced that they're starting the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. That's a debate and a complaint for another time, though. It's time to get into the pod, we are bringing back our Mount Rushmore, and so we are doing our Mount Rushmore on desserts. So we've had some fun debates over food the last couple of episodes, so we decided let's bring desserts into it and give our Mount Rushmore of our 4 best overall desserts in our personal opinion. So does anybody want to
This one's
start us off here?
It's gonna be tough, man. I'm trying to eat good, and we're over here talking about the best desserts of all time.
Man, I feel you, man.
Mine, yeah.
I do wonder, Kate, how similar ours is gonna be, man.
I want to know too. So, I guess I'll start. You guys ready for that?
Yeah.
No order. Mount Rushmore, obviously. Yeah, there's before I get into it, y'all are gonna be like, Mason, I don't know. Let's get into it, man. All right. First one that I have for Mount Rushmore is banana pudding.
Oh, dude.
Banana pudding, bro. It's every time I eat banana pudding, it's happiness, you know. I feel like it's so underrated. Like, I feel like everyone we talk to, I know Mason loves it, and all the times he brought me banana pudding in Norman, I feel like no one loves it you talk to. So I want to make it stand out. I'm gonna put it on there. My number 2. This is very personal. Like, no one likes it but me. Pecan pie. I love pecan pie so much, bro. That's like one of my favorites. That, especially like when Thanksgiving and Christmas come around, dude, I love pecan pie. No one's gonna agree with that. Not a single one. Everyone's gonna think I'm crazy.
Yeah, man. I'll save some pecan pie for you. You can have my slice, man.
Bro, you made some really good ones during Christmas.
I make good pecan pie during Christmas. Yeah, that's how much you know. I like it.
I try it because it kind of changed my thought of pecan pie.
I love it so much. It's like not too much, but it's like also still sweet. Anyways, number 3. This is the one I said is weird, but it's donuts. I know that's kind of like a breakfast thing, but that's kind of still a dessert. I feel like I didn't want to not put that on there because, dude, I love donuts so much. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm trying to say about the confusion on that?
Donuts are just goated, you know?
But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's more breakfast, but it's also like...
I know what you mean.
I don't know.
Late night donut king runs.
I'll get donuts all throughout the day, so I'm just putting it on there because I don't want to exclude it. So,
go to donut.
All right. And then my final one is probably number 1. I think Josh can guess it. Ice cream and brownies, baby. Ice cream and brownies. Brownies ice cream. Brownies ice cream.
That's a good list right there.
Goated. So, yeah, that's my 4. Pecan pie, brownies and ice cream, donuts, and banana pudding.
Not bad. Not bad.
I can't wait to see these on the edit of the Mount Rushmore heads. They're going to look really weird.
Yeah, I'll go next, seeming as Mace might be a little bit similar, so I don't want to go that close to go back to back. So, starting off with mine, I think just obvious, just probably, I wouldn't say my favorite, but just the best. If you do it right, it could be the best. Just brings you happiness over. It's just the classic chocolate chip cookie, man. Like, that deserves just like that's just something that
if you do it right.
Yes, it is. If you do it right, you can't. Man.
I was just expecting something like
Crumble's chocolate chip cookie is the best of all time.
Dude, we're not. Just stop.
I'm stopping.
Crumble's overrated.
Crumble is overrated. Crumble's underrated, mate. Leave just stop mentioning Crumble, bro. No one cares.
Crumble is overrated, dude. Insomnia is the best cookies there are.
Insomnia, let's go, Josh. That's what
Insomnia's Reese's peanut butter cup cookie is the best cookie there is.
Dude, give me that. Crumble doing too much. Tell them to
yes,
chill out, bro.
correct.
They're doing way too much. Way too much.
Dude,
go on.
Dude.
Go on.
It's too much.
Oh, Crumble Boy, did you go to the Kardashian League? You pick out all your flavors, Crumble Boy, huh?
Go get your pink box.
Actually, go get your Rodrigo week. Bucky boy.
My thing about Crumble, every time I see it on TikTok, it looks good. Every time I go, I'm like, bro, this does not look as good as the TikTok people munching on it.
Outside of Crumble, I have enjoyed chocolate chip cookies from there, but no. But chocolate chip cookie, man, that's just a staple, man.
Chocolate chip cookie, man.
So, next up, man, along with Cade, brownies and ice cream, dog. That deserves it. That is the best dessert combo there is. I don't think anything else can top it. Like, just getting that warm brownie, putting that scoop of ice cream on top.
Dude, it's insane, dude. It's insane. I can't.
We had that a lot, right?
I feel like I made it. Yeah, I made it.
Yeah, this UK would just take cups and just stuff them all in there, dude. It just had it all mixed up,
just
man.
Put it in a cup. Yeah, that way you can walk around, eat it. It's the warm and cold combination, dude. This is what does it for me.
Warm and cold is a good combo.
All right, so next up, I have an ice cream by itself. I had to include my favorite flavor of ice cream, cookies and cream ice cream. It is the best flavor of ice cream. I like other flavors of ice cream, but I will order cookies and cream every single time, no matter where I'm at. People ask me to try other ones. I'm not going to.
Dude,
I don't care. If I like them, I may like it, but I don't care. I'm sticking to my cookies and cream every time.
I want to know how many people in the world
from that spot downtown Broken Arrow. What's it called, kid?
It's called shoot. What is it called? I forgot. Shoot.
It's so good, bro.
It's good there. Yeah.
It's literally
cookies and cream. Yeah, I mean, if you got to pick one ice cream to be a thing, it's got to be cookies and cream. So
thank you. And then lastly on here, there was a bunch of other choices I could have made, but I had to go with my personal favorite dessert of all time. I grew up. My grandma has the perfect recipe for this, so I've been eating my whole life. Is no-bake cookies. That is my absolute
no-bake cookies.
No-bake cookies.
So cookie dough?
No, it's not cookie dough, man.
What is that?
I will. You know what? I'll take this time to send you guys a picture of them right now because
I'm
you guys
looking it up right now. No baked cookies.
Yeah. You don't know no baked cookies?
You know what it is, Kate?
Yes.
They are unbelievable. They're like chocolate peanut butter, like dude.
No, that's the Star Crunch.
No, it's not a Star Crunch. Star Crunch, dude. What are you talking?
It looked like a Star Crunch, Little Debbie Star Crunch.
Okay, it does look like it. Oh, I thought you said, that's just a Star Crunch. But dude,
My bad.
it's my personal favorite thing of all time. They are
you need to bring some next in-person podcast because I don't think I've tried one of those.
Yeah, dude. If I get some from my grandma or whatever, like I gotta bring because they're.
No, I want you to make them and bring them to us.
I don't have the recipe, dog. It's like my grandma's secret recipe.
Dang.
But no bake cookies, my personal favorite of all time, so I had to include it on my Mount Rushmore.
So give us a quick rundown of the whole list again.
I had chocolate chip cookies, brownies and ice cream, cookies and cream ice cream, and then no bake cookies.
Nice. If we're getting real specific on the brownies and ice cream, it's gonna be cookies and cream ice cream in there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I
mean brownies and vanilla ice cream is top tier, but when you add that mix and you're like, oh, I have cookies and cream, let's do this with the brownies too. It's just another level.
Yeah. Top of it. All right, Mace. What we got, bro?
Are you ready? It's gonna make me hungry, man. My number one.
It's Crumble.
Brownies and ice cream, baby.
Yeah.
Number one. Y'all got that right. So, a theme across all, and I don't even have to explain it because we already talked about brownies and ice cream. Number two, banana pudding.
Yeah.
I love that. Not long, bro. Every time I see banana pudding sold at a store, I'm buying it because it's so good. Number three, just good old Oreos and milk, man.
Oreo night. Oreo night, baby.
Oreo night. I didn't have that on there at first, but that's most Oreos. Like mint Oreos, I love them. Regular Oreos, love them.
Man, dude.
We had
Mint's
Golden Oreos.
Golden gas. Mint's number one. Gold Oreos are good though.
Oh my goodness,
Mint's so good.
And then finally, number four. Let's get specific because it's one of the greatest things anyone's ever served me in my life. Andolini's Italian butter cake, man. That thing changed my life. That was a ratatouille.
What is that?
Ratatouille moment for me.
No, I didn't even know they had that. I love Andolini's.
No, Gabby cooked me one time. It was just like, that's all we had, and it was so good. And I get it every year on sometime around my birthday because it's
Andolini's butter cake.
Italian butter cake, man. It's so good.
Interesting. I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah. And then the ones my honorable mention, butterbeer kisses. I love them so much. They're so good.
Hey, honorable mention, low key, bro. I put the bazooki from DJ's because the salted caramel bazooki.
I was close to doing like one of those skillet cookies or whatever on there, dude. Because that's
hot cold. Another hot cold thing is apple, or like apple fritz and vanilla ice cream. Those are slept on, bro. Because I actually like
apple, like the apple cobbler or whatever.
I'm just not a huge like fruit dessert person.
Yeah, I respect. But that one.
Hey, although the fruit, what's the fruit pizza that Kylie makes? Nice.
Oh yeah,
the 4th of July. That stuff usually good. Yeah. It's like fruit cookie or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Andolini's James Brownie Jackhammer. You ever heard that one?
Andy's?
Yes.
Andy's?
You said Andolini's.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Andy's.
No, I haven't had that, dude. Because when I go to Andy's, I get Oreo, like an Oreo concrete dog. I don't get. But yes, no, that's what my dad gets every time.
It's so good. That's a hot and cold thing too, because it's hot fudge. So, go to
Eh.
Another great combo is chocolate and peanut butter.
in your cold, yeah.
You said what, Kate?
I said another great combo is chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah. I'm plain Reese's on mine because of that.
I used to every time, like, bro, if we had like just plain chocolate, like back in the days we were with mom and dad, and we just had plain chocolate ice cream, we had peanut butter. I'd go melt peanut butter and just pour it all in there.
I don't know who taught y'all that because I never did that, but you and Kylie do it.
Did I say yeah? You taught me that? I'm sorry. Are we supposed to look up at everything?
It must have been after me, man, because we didn't have that kind of nonsense when I was there.
That was when you went to SBU, man. We started getting real. We started, actually making real stuff when you left. Ain't none of that crumble-ish, you know what I mean?
Man. Crumble boy, crumble boy.
Crumble boy. He's a crumble boy. Give me my crumble. I'm surprised you ain't on TikTok yet eating those.
Here are the flavors of the week.
Crumble cookies of the week. Peanut butter marshmallow Wonderland.
Bomb, bro.
It's like the most craziest thing. I'm like, bro, chill.
Dad loves them. Dad loves them. Scar loves them. Spencer loves them.
I'm not saying they're bad. They're just incredibly overrated.
Oh.
It's run its course.
What you talking about?
Crumble.
Oh, I was talking about mud bombs.
Mud bombs?
Did you think you was talking about crumble, kid?
I was talking about crumble, bro.
I was too.
What is mud bombs? What is going on?
You don't know what mud bombs are?
He's trying to change the subject because
I was like, dude.
I've not seen mud bombs when people get on TikTok and they're just like.
Hey, no, real honorable mention is a root beer float. That's my real honorable mention. That stuff is good, bro. I love root beer float. Whatever, man. That's subject.
Movie theater.
Better than crumble.
Never mind. I'm gonna save that for one of my juicy.
Yeah, let's move on from that, man. I'm tired of talking about crumble cookies.
I'm tired of the hate on crumble, honestly. So let's move on because of that. Because that's ridiculous.
All right. Let's move on then. All right, it's time for round 8 of Marvel points.
You're not the
Back
only
at it
person
again.
knowledge.
Had a in-person guest with us showing, so it was an opportunity for some extra points, and we all kind of took advantage of that a little bit. So we are back to 3 people again, to the regular format. So it's time to go.
Time to go. What do we at? I have so Cade is at 12, Mason's at 11, and Josh is at 5. I think that's right. So Mason's creeping up. Mason's when I was making the edit, I thought Mason was actually past me, but he didn't. Because he did creep up really.
I'm a Marvel.
Are you?
I can almost count my score on more than one hand now, man. I'm getting up there.
Up there. So 12, 11, 5. Will Mason pass me? We'll see. We'll see. All right, who's going first?
I can go first. I'll go first. Ready? My quote, Marvel quote of the week is, "We don't do that here."
Oh. Easy, easy.
God, come on, man.
Easy.
I did this one so Cade would trip.
I did trip at first, but I got it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it now, but I'll tell you what. Like, yeah.
Drawing blanks.
Come on, baby. Go. I'm excited because my quote's valid, but I think
I'm drawing blanks, man.
Josh, your brain just might not work in like the way like I feel like we're weird. We're just like stuck in quotes, I guess. I don't know, but
you should know this. You should know this. I kept watching that scene, bro. I was like, dude, I got Josh's head. That one did make me mad, bro. I feel like you definitely should have known that Iron Man 3 one. Yep. Maybe you're still counting on one hand after this, I guess.
Yeah, that might be, dude. Because I can't even think of
the worst part.
right
the
now.
worst part is whenever you do this, I know for a fact you're gonna be like, oh.
Well, like when he first said it, I immediately was like, oh. But then when I went down to right, I had nothing.
See, I was opposite. At first, it was like crap, and then it hits me. I'm like, oh, like, I got that. Like what? Watch him guess it like perfectly right.
2, 3, show him.
Oh, yeah.
Man, John, you said you caught Infinity War, man.
Yeah, I know, and that's why it popped in my head immediately, and then I just...
Look at that guy. But that guy's crazy.
I'm mad at myself, man.
I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy.
Alright, my Marvel quote for this week. I'll be right back.
I like it. I like it because I think this is what you need. Don't clap. You know this is a hard one.
He does need this. He does need this. Oh,
Any rings, Mace? Any light bulbs or no?
no.
Can you say it again, Josh? Just so I can hear it.
I'll be right back.
I like these quotes because I really want to challenge myself. So
Yeah, I went with a short quote this week. I'm not like.
bro, this is one of those that I feel like if I really put like 10 minutes into thinking, I could actually pull it together. But I don't think there's enough time for me to actually get it.
3, 2, 1. Somehow you guys both get half a point.
Serious?
Cade gets Ultron right, and Mason gets Iron Man right.
No way.
It was Tony from Age of Ultron when they are lifting Thor's hammer, and Tony doesn't get it. So it said, "I'll be right back." So he comes back with the Iron Man hand.
I thought Quicksilver kind of said some smirkish thing. I thought it was when he said something kind of like just right. I mean,
How does that happen that somehow you guys still both get half a point off of that? That just like I can't win when giving quotes. Like, that does, I finally give one, and somehow you guys still both get half.
My quote is, "I did what you failed to do. I was there for her." Come on, you guys think, man. Right. I did what you failed to do. I was there for her.
I don't know.
Bro, that doesn't ring any bells?
No, it does, but are we going outside of? I don't know.
Yeah, wait, hold on a second. Me and Nace might be thinking of the same thing.
Are we in direct MCU universe? Are we in all of the MCU?
I don't know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of the same thing you are, Mace.
Because I would say this, but
I'm giving you a quote. Just tell me what the quote's from.
okay.
Are you going to write down that answer?
Yeah. We should get it right if we're thinking the same thing.
All right.
All right.
Wait. Oh.
Y'all ready?
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Show it.
Yeah, we were thinking the same thing.
I like it.
All right. We got past Cade's
did it.
trickery right there.
That was
I did
funny,
it.
bro. Because we
You like that?
one outside.
I was thinking MCU. I wasn't thinking of Tobey Spider-Man movies.
I know. Whenever I did that, I did it because I knew you guys should have got it. But at first, I thought y'all were gonna be upset because it was outside. But it was still like Marvel.
Well, that's why I didn't get it at first, because I wasn't thinking in that area.
You see me trying to like.
But then all of a sudden, I was like, what situation could that even relate to? And then I was like, that's the only one I can think of, but is it really like...
So
I don't know.
this opens up a lot, though, right? So now we're doing like Michael B. Jordan's Fantastic Four and all of that too.
Yeah, you ready? Ready for that Blade 1998 quote next week?
Okay, I gave I stuck it with Spider-Man though. Like literally, I gave it to the movies we could like quote. That's why I gave that one. So I was like, I wonder if they could get just a classic.
We'll decide weekly if we can open it up to certain movies or not.
Because I figured Tobey Spider-Man after Bully Maguire. I mean, I feel like there's so many quotes in there, but I just if we go to the Fantastic Four, Michael Jordan, there's no way.
Moving on from that, Mason's got another list of these for us. He's thought of another scenario for us to debate over.
So this segment is called a least of these. All right, I'm going to give you three different scenarios, and you have to tell me which is the most possible, the easiest to accomplish, basically. So which one would you take in order to accomplish the least of these? All right, so what would be the easiest? Number 1, steal vibranium from Wakanda. Number 2, escape the quantum realm. And number 3, convince Groot to help you find something.
Who?
Convince who?
Groot to help you find something.
Dang, you really be thinking, bro. That's crazy. So still vibranium.
Steal vibranium from Wakanda. Escape the quantum realm, or convince Groot to help you find something. All of these have been accomplished in the MCU, but could you do it? Or what is the easiest to do?
Well, I'll say right now, personally, I'm not the quantum realm where I don't want to be in that situation, and there's no way I'm figuring. Me myself is figuring that out.
I
There's
think
no way. So
the
that's what
easiest
I
for
think
me.
I'm gonna-
The easiest for me would probably be Groot, solely because the level of risk is so much further down than the other two. I mean, Groot, obviously you see it in Guardians
Groot,
2 when they're in the jail cell.
I would say this: if you want to add us, sorry, Josh. If you want to add, I feel like it's hard because we're a personal self. But if you said if we were a certain person, I feel like I could think. I would have to think more. You know what I mean? Like if you said we
No,
were
just enter Cade into the MCU.
no, then yeah,
And here's
it's
the
probably
thing,
Groot.
too, is we're all white, so first of all, stealing Wakanda, you wouldn't be able to sneak in at all. Well, wait, Claw was white. I'm sure.
Yeah, Claw.
Well, he's the only person ever, regardless
Yeah.
of.
Huh. That's tough.
I gotta go Groot, man. It's trial and error,
You don't
and I'll get it
don't
eventually.
think about the risk either. So say your consequence of all of it is just death by the same.
We can't, but this is like the last time we talked about this. We can't think about the risk of dying. It's just what we have the best chance of succeeding at.
Yeah, I'd probably say Groot then still, because Quantum Realm, man, I can't figure that out. Don't want to deal with that stuff. Frankly, I don't want to revisit anything about that after watching Quantum Mania, simply because that movie sucks.
Get out of
Yeah,
those
you don't know.
because I feel I would agree. I think Groot was probably the least of these, but all right, then say the next two: steal vibranium from Wakanda to escape the quantum realm. Which one are you taking out of those?
My brain. I'm
Vibranium.
not. There's no way.
I might do Quantum Realm then over Vibranium.
Quantum Realm's mental. I'm gonna trust my physical ability more than my mental, so I'm gonna have to go with the
I
vibranium.
don't know. I feel it, but Quantum Realm has more people. Quantum Realm has people that'd be against you, but they'd also have people on your side as well.
Yes,
If you're
that's true, right.
sneaking
Now
into
that you think
Wakanda
about
trying
that.
to steal their vibranium, you have everybody against you, and you are on your own. So I gotta go Quantum Realm.
Is there any way you think you could, as a white person, sneak into Wakanda and like fool them?
No,
away? Like,
sneaking in like that, you're not getting it. The only way you're getting in friendly
but
is
we
like
don't know how
Everett
Claw
Ross did.
actually did it, do we?
What?
We don't know exactly how Claw stole it, right?
We just
Like,
know
how
he did.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So like, that's I don't know. I don't know how he did that. So
You'd have to.
I guess Josh saying that there's people in the quantum realm willing to help you. It changed my whole opinion on that. So
All right. So the scenario is that you are in. You are in the UFC, and you have to survive. Okay.
survive.
Sorry, you have to last 3 rounds with these characters that you're going against. Okay, so it's the same thing with just different characters. All right, so the 3 different characters that you have to fight and survive a round in. All right, so surviving.
You said
a
3 rounds.
What?
Did you say 3 rounds or a round?
Sorry, 3 rounds. Going 3 rounds in the octagon and lasting. Okay. Batman, Daredevil, and I'm going across universe here. All right. John Wick.
John Wick? I don't know, dude. That's tough. 3 rounds? None of that is happening, but
John Wick, obviously, is more of a weapon guy, but still fights like crazy.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I'd have to pick John Wick. I'm immediately ruling out Daredevil because his senses are just unbelievable. That he's almost better at recognizing than where you are than people who can see are, and
But-
his just fighting hand-to-hand combat ability is the best out of all those 3. And so I'm ruling out Daredevil. So it's between Batman and John Wick.
Well, Batman
And
also knows every type of fighting combat there is.
Correct. Batman with prep time beats almost anybody in every universe. Like that's just.
it's got to be John Wick, bro.
So it's got to be John Wick for me, regardless if he's as good a fighter or not. You take away the weapons from him. I got to go John Wick. That's a good one.
All right, what if it's
Yeah, John
Shang-Chi?
Wick hasn't.
What if it's Shang-Chi without the ring?
Probably still Shang-Chi. I don't know.
I probably.
I don't know,
I'm gonna
bro.
go Batman.
Batman?
Well, because Daredevil and Shang-Chi are more skilled in a UFC MMA setting than Batman is. Batman's more of just a brute hand-to-hand combat person.
That's why I would be scared of him. I feel like he would just destroyed.
Well, yeah, but you got Shang-Chi and Daredevil who mix their acrobatic abilities and their MMA fighting and all that kind of stuff, which is for that setting, which would help in that setting
True.
specifically. So I'd have to just pick which one, and that's Batman. There isn't a good option there, but Batman doesn't have the acrobatic abilities that those two have.
Fair enough. Like it. I almost said Captain America in it too, but that would just be not fair because the super strength. So would be.
That's a go. I mean, there's no good answer there.
Yeah.
But I mean, my reasoning, that's just
I think
what
I choose succeeding. I think I choose any of the first three of your first one than any of those of succeeding, because that's how hard that I just
You
like.
what? You what?
Out of your first three that you gave, the vibranium, I think I would choose any of those of me succeeding before any of the lasting 3 rounds. Yeah.
If Batman was coming at you and he had time to plan in just general, like he's just coming to beat you up, not kill you, beat you up, or kill you. How about that? Kill you. Who would you pick to defend you?
I'm not choosing Batman.
Batman's coming to kill you.
I
Who
know.
are we choosing to defend us?
Oh,
Out
who
of
are you choosing to protect?
Yeah, to protect you.
Out of who?
Out of the ones we talked about, John Wick, Daredevil, Shang-Chi.
You said Shang-Chi without rings, though.
Yeah.
I'd probably choose Daredevil.
Daredevil, yeah.
Daredevil is more
The
fit for
rings
that.
are huge.
Daredevil is more fit for the same type of setting that Batman is always in. Daredevil is always in the night of New York City, Hell's Kitchen. It is the most similar to what a Gotham City would be like, or he's the closest to it. So he's fit for that environment and knows what the hero, like what Batman goes through in that kind of environment. They fight and they operate in the same kind of environment in a way. And so it makes me think somewhat they can he kind of knows it. But, so
Who would win? Daredevil or Batman?
probably Batman. If you, like you said, you give Batman prep time. I know it's a meme at this point. Batman with prep time could beat anybody, but it's also like hasn't been proven to be false yet. So, ending off our pod with a kind of a preview, because it is, like we said earlier, it is Thunderbolts week. A week from now, we will be seated in the theater watching an opening night premiere of Thunderbolts. And so we wanted to kind of give our preview, our predictions, any implications we think might happen beforehand, and we can check back afterwards and see if we were right, if any of our thoughts changed whatsoever. So I kind of wanted to rattle off some things that have happened so far about the movie to kind of see if it can generate any thoughts from you. So the premiere in the UK, the European premiere, was a couple days ago. And so that was the first worldwide premiere of it. And what stuck out to me was they literally premiered this on the 22nd of April, which was 10 days or so before the premiere. And, like, Marvel never does it that early. So it makes me think they have enough confidence in this movie to premiere it this early rather than not. But these reviews we're getting from it, as they are with every Marvel premiere there is, the reviews come out and it gets your hopes up a little bit, because regardless of how good or bad the movie is, the reviews are always kind of positive for a Marvel movie to begin with. But instead of it just being the European premiere, they also had exclusive fan screenings too on the 22nd as well. And so what really gets my hopes up and generates my excitement for it is that it's not the critics and the media talking, it's the fans giving these reviews as well. And so that's definitely what gets me excited. So a couple things they said coming out of the movie. They said Florence Pugh is amazing. Yelena's the star of the show. She really takes the movie and makes it her own. They said that this movie gives a great dysfunctional team dynamic that we really haven't seen since Guardians. It's very similar to Guardians. And while that is very fun, it's also very deep and dark, one of the darkest MCU movies, and they said that MCU hasn't done anything like this before, hasn't really approached this space of being this dark before. And going back to the team, they said everyone has moments where they shine, they have great moments. They said Bucky has great moments, they say Red Guardian does, and so on and so on. They say that the character of Bob, who we know is Sentry and also be playing the Void, gives a really compelling, complex performance, and he's a great villain, and they did him right. And To end off the movie, they said this is potentially the most important and best post-credit scene in the entire MCU, is what a lot of people are saying. And so that's kind of the first reactions we got out of the movie, which makes me very excited, more excited than I was. So anything you guys have from that?
I think I've been excited. I'm just ready to have a good Marvel film that I trust will be good. So I know that's going to happen. I do fear that the hype of it, Doomsday's kind of brought some spoilers already for the team and all of that. And I think that they just released that scene with Valentina where she's talking to everybody up in the Avengers Tower, and I don't like that they released that because I think
That's one thing. That's one thing I'll say is I'll watch the trailers, but as soon as movies start releasing like first clips from those, I have never in my life watched any of those. I want those to be fresh from me. I'll watch the trailers. Trailers give away too much to begin with.
Well, usually
but when they start releasing those first clips, I'll never watch those.
usually they're not bad. Like usually what they put on Fallon and stuff like that's not bad, but like that one was pretty. It gave a full plot. Like, and
I didn't watch it, and I don't intend to. So
my thing, and my biggest question though is, how is the Void or Bob created? Is it through adamantium from like what's the new thing that humans are putting together to make him? Because I don't know the backstory about it at all. I do know through that and the trailer and all that that's the villain, the Void, and all that. But I'm just curious to see that. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see the film a week from today. So I'm pumped.
About time. I mean, it better live up, or better be back. I mean, like I said, I tell this every time we get more excited the closer it is. What do y'all think? What do y'all think exactly this best credit scene out of Marvel Universe will be? Some Doom? You think we're going to see Doom? You think we're going to get some?
wrote down a couple of predictions and implications I think this movie has for me. And one of mine is, I mean, it has to tease Doomsday in some way, whether that be the end of the movie or the post-credits. And I say that it has to because this is the last movie set in the main universe before Avengers.
Yeah.
And so it would make zero sense for it not to. I mean, it has to. Like, I don't know.
And, I mean, all the Thunderbolts are in Doomsday, so
Correct.
there's no way that he's not in it. It's just a matter of how that happens. And
Yeah.
so I think it would be really good, though. I think I don't even know what to predict for that. I think it's definitely the RDJ. I saw a cool theory about the dream walking that was with RDJ's dead Iron Man. I thought that was kind of cool. That's what makes him wear the mask. From the scars from snapping, he's just a dream walking RDJ. I do like the theory that RDJ was adopted, and that really is big for Doom and other universe. It makes a lot of sense too. But yeah, I couldn't tell you. I hope it's really cool. What I really hope it is I hope it's Doom destroying all the kings, and I hope we get that at some point. We talked about it before, like having a send off for Jonathan Major, at least getting him paid one more time for falsely doing all that. Or I don't really know the background, so maybe I shouldn't say falsely, but we're doing that, and then at least give some kind of like tie the knot to what was going on with that, not just ignore it. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I really don't know what to expect from this, but I did write down a couple things. I think Taskmaster is cooked.
Yeah.
She's dying. It's been made blatant in all the marketing and everything. They may surprise us all, and they may be reason behind that, but if any of them are dying,
hopefully we get the true Taskmaster at some point.
Yeah, that would be see her die and then have the real one come in. That would definitely be something. But I think she's dead. Like I said, it has to tease Doomsday at some point. I think, and it's seeming like this one will become true. I think Bucky's going to take a step back and let Yelena be the lead and really let her shine in some way. And it's looking like she's really going to become the leader of this team. I think as much as we all would like Bucky to be the lead, I think Bucky's been around for so long that I think he's willing to take a step back and let her. And then lastly, I think a little one right off the cuff right here, a far out theory for tying it into Doomsday. It's looking like in these trailers, the void of some sorts. If you're in the void, it like takes you into like this crazy, I don't even like dream sequence, vision sequence kind of thing. And because this movie is right before Doomsday, it has to include one of these characters. And so what I think would be crazy for it to happen would be Bucky to be in the void and him to have a sort of vision like Tony did in Ultron or something like that of Doom destroying Kings, something like that, all that. And because it's Bucky, he's able to come out of the void, warn Sam right off the bat, and Sam's like, yeah, I was told the same thing, we got to get everybody together, something like that. Like, so I don't know exactly what, but I mean, it's...
Well, it says they answered a few questions too, like everything, they said everything that seems like it's not tied together will come together, including why the Avengers aren't a thing right now. So there's probably a pressing more to that than we've been told as well. And there's some other ones that they said will like they'll answer questions, which will be good.
Yeah.
For everything.
So we need.
I don't know what to expect, but I'm really excited. I mean, my hype for this has just increased as time has gone on, as we get closer and closer to
Old
this.
Dream Juice gonna be at the theater, man. Let them know.
Man, we're back. And so, lastly, for this Thunderbolts preview, we have each member of the Thunderbolts, and I kind of wanted to go down the list and kind of rank each member of the team before the movie, and so see if they change after the movie, if we think differently of the characters. And so, if you guys...
So this is off of like how much you like them.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen from them so far, and how much you like them so far.
Yeah.
And so I can go first if you guys still have a little bit of time to think, because I kind of have.
I think right away I could already tell you I'm gonna like all of them a lot more than.
Oh yeah, I definitely am feeling confident that I will like these a lot more after this movie. But beforehand, I mean, these are all characters that are D-list characters that have been villains.
Yeah.
Beforehand, so they're made not to be likable, you know, and so I think this movie will really change that. But
you go
starting off from in my list, last I have Taskmaster. Like I said, I mean, I just don't think the character of Taskmaster was done right in Black Widow, and just the marketing in this, she's gonna die. I mean, it's almost a given at this point, and so I mean, just the opportunity to make me like the character more is just the lowest out of all these, because I think she's going to die, so I have her last. In fifth place, I have Ghost. Ghost is definitely the character that I think has the most room to grow and make me like her more out of any of these. I'm much higher on Ant-Man and the Wasp than most people are. I thought it was a fun movie. Ghost isn't a very strong villain, but I like the character, and I like her motivations and reasoning, and her power set is just really interesting and cool, and I think, like I said, she has the most room to grow on my raise up my rankings than any of them. And fourth, I actually have Red Guardian. I love David Harbour, obviously Stranger Things, Hopper, all that, and I thought Red Guardian was great in Black Widow. Also, why I have him in fourth is I don't think my opinion of him is going to change very much after watching Thunderbolts. I think he's a great character, but I think what we got of him in Black Widow is what we're going to get of him in Thunderbolts, and he will be used largely as the comedic piece for the movie.
Yeah.
He's going to be the comedic relief like he was for Black Widow. He's going to be the same for Thunderbolts. He may have some emotional moments because Elena is his daughter, but I think just his role in the whole span of things, like, he's going to stay the same. And so that's why I still like him, but I don't think... compared to the other ones. And the top three I have John Walker. I know that's Cade's favorite, but after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like, coming out of it, I didn't really like the show. And as time has gone on, looking back on it, I always think, like, what were the exact reasons why I didn't like it so much? And I can't really think of them that much. I still don't think it's the best, but it's like, over time, I'm like, why did I really not like this that much? I think they did a good job as any making John Walker a hateable character, and I think that was a big strength of that show. And I think he definitely has potential to shine in the future because of just the way they've made his character, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see him because he's definitely the one where he will, he'll join the team, whatever, but he's also the one not to kind of agree with all the decisions they're making, go off and do his own thing, kind of, be the more arrogant kind of character, and I think I definitely will like him a lot more after seeing this. Number 2, I had Yelena. I mean, stole the show for me in Black Widow. I think she's going to be the forefront of this movie. I think I'm going to really like her. Florence Pugh is a great actress, and it's a lot of people are saying that she's becoming one of their favorite characters in the whole MCU after this movie, and I could see that in a way. So I'm excited to really see her take the lead in it and kind of be out of Natasha's shadow a little bit. I mean, I liked her in Black Widow, liked her in Hawkeye, all that. So I'm excited for that. Number 1, of course, I had Bucky. Bucky's been around forever. I mean, I really don't have anything else to say of him. I'm hoping and I'm excited to see a little bit of Winter Soldier-esque moments from him going back to his old ways a little bit. At least not mentally, but just action sequences and back to his old ways in a bit. So.
Yeah. So that was Mace can go next, but you were ranking those based off of what you're most, I guess, supposed to be what you're ranking them right now, or what you're ranking them for when you see the movie.
I'm ranking them right now, just how I like the characters.
Okay, I got you. Okay, Mace, you go ahead then.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty similar. Taskmaster didn't have enough emotion for me. I think kind of poorly handled altogether. You summed it up well. Ghost has potential. She's second to last. I think she's interesting because all she wants to do is just not feel pain, and that's all she was trying to do in that movie. And so I don't feel any kind of emotion to her, and you haven't seen her in a long time, so that's why. Next is actually John Walker. As of right now, I think he's going to be big time in this. I think he's going to have like awesome, but as of right now, with what we've seen, don't care for him. Don't think he's like bad. I know he's going to have some really good arc to him, but like as of right now, without even, if I didn't know Thunderbolts existed, I would be like, I wouldn't like him at all. Third, Red Guardian. Prediction, he's cooked for me. I think he's done.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's done for sure. I think
even with him being cast in Doomsday.
Forgot about that. I think he's cooked eventually. How about that? I think that he holds a lot of emotion already for people of this kind of genre because of Stranger Things. I think that he has a lot of with Yelena being one of probably the main characters going forward. I think it's going to hold a big emotional piece for everyone, so that'll be good. Number 2, Yelena, she's been great. I don't have anything bad against her at all. She stole Hawkeye too, stole the show Hawkeye, and Black Widow, definitely was excited to see her in that too. And then Bucky is one that I hate that we didn't see more of the Winter Soldier in that show, man. Like, man, I don't know. I thought we were gonna get some more really cool moments, and it's kind of, people love him because he has a heart, and I think that's kind of been the weakness of his with just entertainment wise. It's just been kind of like he's been holding back the entire time. So
yeah,
but that's my list.
Okay. All right. It's pretty similar for the most part. Number 6, Taskmaster. I think that character had like the intro to Taskmaster coming in on Black Widow. I thought it was like so hype. Like, you're like,
on the bridge fight.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh! But
it
just started going down. Like, I feel like it just went down. Like, that's one time we saw that character, but still, like, the intro was insane. I thought it was actually gonna be something. It just went down. It ended up just kind of being a side villain basically in that movie, and it's just like I never thought really twice about it.
Yeah.
Number 5, Ghost as well. I think the powers were cool. She was kind of similar to, even though she was kind of like the main. Oh, I'm trying to remember. She wasn't really the main villain, would you say? And I feel like the mission and Ant-Man and the Wasp was more of the villain than Ghost. Like, I feel like she was just kind of in the way. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of how I felt about those two. They just kind of seemed like side villains. Still, I liked her. She was kind of, but looking forward to seeing, like you said, I think we're going to like everyone. after this movie. So I have high hopes that she'll be much more likable in this one. So what am I at? Number 4, John Walker. Y'all know I don't like this man, but still, I think I'll take the action. I think he's gonna give us like good action. We're gonna get similar Captain America. I still don't like kind of similar to what Mason said. Just don't really think about him. Like, don't think twice about him. I'll take the action scenes. I think I saw one, where he's like dragging the dude's head against the I thought that was pretty dope. So I think that's the only thing I'm looking forward to him. I think I like him a little more. If he acts like he knows. We also, that other scene, they said, well, actually, I was the original Captain America, and they're like, yeah, for 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, I hope if he admits to like he wasn't like a legit Captain America, I think I'll like him more. And he doesn't like, think is not like full of himself in that movie or the show. And then number 3, where am I? Am I number 3? Number 3, Red Guardian. I don't know. He might have a little too much comedy. Love that actor, bro. But he just might have a little too much. But that's also why it's kind of like a hit or miss. Like, I love the comedy, but it's also might be too much. Especially if this movie is going to be like something serious. It's like he's going to need a little chill out a little bit for me. And like Mason said, I feel like he's bro. There's no way he's just not cooked eventually. You know what I mean? With the way he is and stuff like that. But moving on. Number 2, I put Bucky number 2, man. Like, dude, him and Winter's the show. Oh, dude, I'm so mad. Like, I feel like you're just waiting. No, the whole time, nothing. And I get it. He was like, I get the whole situation, but dude, we need old Bucky. I hope we get some of that. I hope he goes dark a little bit, kind of loses control at some point. I don't know. We just need, because he's gonna need that. That's what we're gonna need out of him. And then number 1, Yelena. Like May said, she stole the show. And Hawkeye, I've liked her in Black Widow too. She was funny. I feel like she's serious. She's the original how Marvel should do it. It's like she can be serious, and they put touches of comedy on her. Like, she's funny in a lot of parts, but also she can be serious.
She has emotion too.
Yeah, she has emotion. She has everything. And, she's like very interesting to watch. So
you remember how
I'm excited to see that.
You remember how in Falcon the Winter Soldier, it started off with the scene of the Winter Soldier too, of like him back in the day of being like the Winter Soldier. And
dude, yeah. So that was
And then the whole movie, he's just like, the whole story, he's like, hey, that's Sam's shield, not yours.
I know,
right? Bro, please do something cool. After the whole
do something cool, please. You got a metal R, bro.
Aura of Captain America, Winter Soldier, of just everything. Like, it's just so tragic.
Yeah, man.
I'd rather him be in Wakanda training to be the White Panther.
Yeah, what happened to White Wolf, bro? White Wolf. Like, that's supposed to be something, and now it's just like he's still.
I'd rather
Bucky. He's just Bucky
and
now.
Just go down the path than anything else that he's been doing. Like the Congressman stuff that we learn about in the Captain America movie recently. Yeah. I think he'll definitely be the one that gets them together, like you said, Josh. But I think Yelena will definitely be the one that's kind of leading the show and leading the way, and it'll be good. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. So that being said, Thunderbolts. We're watching it in a week, so we will be doing a review afterwards. I'm pretty sure.
Before. Wink, wink.
Yeah, we may have some good stuff planned to come out around Thunderbolts, so be on the lookout for that. And I'm excited, man. Back in our favorite theater, all together again for a Marvel premiere, just like old times.
Yeah, I love it. Can't wait.
So with that being said, episode 8 of Dream Juice. Great episode. We had our big Thunderbolts preview. Had another Mount Rushmore. All gained some more points for Marvel points, and a lot of fun stuff happening. So make sure to like and subscribe. Of course, appreciate the support. You guys have been running up the numbers more than what we've been doing the last couple episodes. So hop on board and get on the train while we keep going along right here. So that being said, episode 8, Dream Juice. I'll see you guys next time.